should take it slow.
What's up guys, I'm back and welcome back to the channel. And yes, I'm in a bit of a different area. I'm changing around some of my edit and some of my review starts. I'm still reviewing it on the same area, I'm just like changing it around a bit, so the camera's gonna be sort of facing like this way instead of facing like to the wall. That's the only thing that's gonna be different, and I'm gonna be doing my introductions here next to my door. So that's cool. You got Spider-Man right here. So Marvel fans, yes, I'm a massive Marvel fan. Anyways, in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a figure that you guys have seriously recommended, and some of you guys already knew about this coming, and a lot of you were really excited. It is the Seige War for Cybertron Trilogy Leader Class Ultra Magnus. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for this review, and I finally decided to get to it. So, wish granted, today you're going to be taking a look at Ultra Magnus. So if you guys do enjoy, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button. We are on the road to 120 subscribers. I'm hoping to get to 130 by the end of the year, but if we can't, that's good enough. 125 is good enough. So make sure to enjoy the video, guys, and comment down below if you guys want me to take out look at any more Siege. So hope you guys enjoy, and let's get to it. Alrighty, guys, here we are with the Siege War for Cybertron Trilogy Ultra Magnus. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for this review coming out, and I finally decided to do it. So, per usual, we're going to be moving the figure off to the side, and we're going to be taking a look at its packaging. And this is a very, very big box. So as you can see here, we have Ultra Magnus with the Autobot logo. We have Transformers Siege War for Cybertron Trilogy, A+ Hasbro Transformers Generation. On this side of the box, we have a beautiful look at Ultra Magnus. On the top, we have the Autobot logo and War for Cybertron Trilogy. On the side of the box, we have the beautiful artwork of the War for Cybertron. And on the back of the box, we have Ultra Magnus and his two modes, along with Shockwave. Might be picking that figure up, I have no idea yet. And yeah, that's it for the packaging. So let's take a look at Ultra Magnus. And this is a very, very nice figure. Now I'm going to be lowering the camera just a smidge, so I can actually like get a good look at this figure. So let's take a look at some of the details. So as you can see here, we have some nice details on his chest. Very, very nice. You have this sort of rust effect, this silver rust effect. I really like that. For the legs, you have more of that rust effect, and you have a lot of nice white, red, and blue details. The arms, they also have a lot of details. The shoulders, here I'm going to move it like this. Shoulders have a lot of good detail as well. And the head sculpt, the head sculpt looks amazing. I really do like it. I'm not 100% sure about this sort of expression he has. I don't know if that's supposed to be like a smiley face or something like that. But it's cool. It's cool. For accessories, he comes with this big cannon. It just slides onto his hand like that. But he also actually comes with two other accessories that right now I have plugged into his thighs. Which, if you guys know if you guys have seen the figure, which I'm sure you have, you know that he has these cannons. He has these big old cannons, which these weren't really in the show, but I'm certain that we'll see them eventually. But anyways, he comes with two. You can plug them both in. It's like these sort of big old like SMGs for like a big bot or something. I don't know. So that's cool. Don't ask. So anyways, moving into posability, you've got a ball joint at the head. Allows him to look up that far and look down that far. You have a full 360 at the arm. Arm can move out through here, but it can't really move out through the shoulder. Bend at the elbow. You actually have an elbow swivel. You also have a wrist swivel. Unfortunately, no waist or no individual fingers or anything like that. But yeah, indeed, you have a waist swivel here. You have the leg can kick. It can move back that far. And you have a beautiful spread. Thigh swivel. bend at the knee, and no up or down or pivot, but it's sort of got this angle that makes it look like a pivot. So, not bad. Overall, posability is very, very nice. I really do enjoy the posability on this figure. It's definitely got more than most Studio Series figures, but that's alright. Now turning to the size of the figure. This is a big boy. Here is my previous review, the Transformers Studio Series 49 Bumblebee. I'll lower the camera so you can actually see this. As you can see, Ultra Magnus is one of those bots that towers over the remaining Autobots and Decepticons. Here's a figure you guys haven't seen for a while, the Transformers Studio Series 61 Sentinel Prime. As you can see, he also comes really close to Magnus, but Magnus still towers over Sentinel. Here we have my favorite Studio Series, the Studio Series Leader Class Shockwave. See here, Magnus actually beat Shockwave in height. As you can see there, Shockwave actually got beat in height, so Ultra Magnus is now the tallest figure in my collection. And finally, here is another Siege figure, Siege War for Cybertron Starscream. So, there you go. Now, turning to transformation, this guy's transformation is really strange, but you gotta work with me. For starters, we're going to take off his shoulder pads, as you can see there, and we're going to flip these pieces down, like that, and then there are these sort of pieces right here that will go into these slots. It's like a tab in a slot sort of thing. Just slide it in, and boom. That's how we're just gonna leave that over there for now. Next, we're going to take these pieces right here, we're going to flip them out, and we're going to, well, first off, we're going to remove all of the guns, and we're going to pull this off, and we're just going to reclose that up, and that's it. Do the same thing for the other side. Just push this off. Alright. This one can be very weird. Come on. Oh! There we go. So again, just close it up and put it off to the side. And before we get to the alt mode, I'm gonna show off his other mode. So you want to just untap this. There are these two slots here that these two tabs right here go into. And then there's this entire piece in the back. You just want to unclip. As you can see, there's these clips that go into this notch right there. So you want to just take that off. Next, you want to push this out and then slide this up, and then you can just tab that back in, fold out the arms, take this entire section right here, pull it out, fold out the head, tab it in, flip this down, fold it around, and then just re-snap it back into place, snap in the arms, and finally, just pull off the legs. Like that, and we'll keep all that in the back for now. So here is his second robot mode, and this is supposed to be him underneath the armor. Whoop. And this guy actually has slightly more posability than the other one, but we're gonna take a look at some of the details first. As you can see, the head sculpt is very nice. It's like the twin brother of Optimus, just in a different color scheme. So you can see here we have an Autobot logo with some dots, or some circles, and you can actually plug in some special effects pieces if you want to. As you can see, the arms have a little bit of details on them. I love the chest. I love the chest. I love the sort of design that these figures have, despite there being like tabs and everything like that needed for the alt mode. It still works. As you can tell, I did indeed flip this. This piece just comes out, so you can flip out between the two versions, and it's very nice. And as you can see down here, we have all of that. So posability on this figure, like I said, is a bit better than the other version. You have a ball joint at the head. You can look up that far and actually look down farther. Again, full 360 of the arm. Arm can still move out. Still got all of the posability for the arms. And you have that waist swivel. But what's different is that you can actually do that, and you can push it out really, really far. You have a you actually have a slightly better spread than the other version. You have the thigh swivel, bend at the knee, but what's different is that you actually have an ankle pivot. You actually have a slight ankle pivot that allows it to actually pose better. Now, before people ask, yes, you can take the gun and you can slide it into his arm. So, in my opinion, this works best for this version. This one honestly works best. So, in size, this figure definitely loses some height because the main amount of height he gets from is his shoulder pads and his additional legs. So, size comparison. Here we have Bumblebee again. As you can see, pretty much just a smidge smaller. Here's Sentinel Prime, and as you can see, Sentinel Prime actually becomes taller than Ultra Magnus when he doesn't have his armor on. He's just slightly, ever so slightly taller. Here we have, once again, my favorite Studio Series Leader Class Shockwave. You can see Shockwave now towers over Ultra Magnus. You can see there. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Get back up there. And finally, here we have Siege. Siege War for Cybertron Starscream. As you can see, Starscream is, if not for his wings, he would probably be around the same height as Ultra Magnus without his armor. But it's cool. It's cool. And now for his final mode, which is his vehicle mode. You can do it in two ways. You can either do it without the trailer or with the trailer. I'm going to do without the trailer first. So you basically just want to repeat everything you wanted to do for putting on the armor, except there's a few extra steps. So you want to, once again, untab this entire back, and just let it hinge out for a small amount of time, like that. And it actually clicks in, so you can temporarily, so then you can push that down, fold out the arms, fold all this around, and it stays like that. It actually does stay like that. Take the legs, ratchet them up, bring them in, and they actually tab in right here. And finally, you want to fold up the arms. You want to fold them down, and then you want to fold them around. And it can be a bit of a pain, but there's a tab here that goes into that slot. And once you do that, then you have your first vehicle mode. And as you can see here, it's basically just a white truck, pretty much. But unfortunately, the waist swivel is kind of loose, so it's what these tabs are intended for, but then it makes it just looks a bit wobbly, pretty much. So it's a great alt mode. It does roll, kind of. But you can actually put on all the armor, which is actually what we're going to do right now. So, we're going to transform the legs first. You want to fold out the legs. Fold them all the way out, like so. And then you want to do the same thing for the other leg. Just fold it all the way out. And you already know that we got most of it done. Well, all you want to do now is just fold out this piece. And there's this red piece you want to just pop out and fold out. And now we can start combining. So we're going to start off with these pieces. And these pieces supposed to be, there's these sort of pointy bits. They're supposed to be facing the head. And there are these pegs that go into these parts right here. So just work with it until you get it in. There you go. And you want to do the exact same thing for this leg. Or this shoulder arm piece. So that's how it's going to be for now. We're just going to leave it at that. So let's move on to the legs. So for the legs, you want to you want to take this piece again, and there are these two slots here and here that these two tabs go into. And you want to make sure the head is facing down. Don't let it be looking like up. Just have it face down like that. Okay, and now you just want to retab in all of that. You want to fold this up like that, and you just want to make sure everything tabs in like so. And now we can start combining. So in order to combine everything, we need a piece, which is what these pieces come in. Because there's this bit right here that will go into the tapped in parts. So you just want to slide this in first. And then there are these two parts right here that these pieces from the top of the shoulder pieces will go into. So you just want to push them in like that. Next you want to fold all this down, and then once again there's this piece right here that will slide into the piece that we tabbed in for the robot mode. So just push it in like that. And as you can see, it's starting to look a bit like a Cybertronian sort of carrier, if you want to call it that. But anyways, all you want to do now is just push these in, and there are multiple places to put it in. Right here, there's a slot here, and there's one more. Where is it? Right, actually I think that's it. So just push it in, and just snap everything into place. Here, hold up. You gotta work with it, because sometimes it doesn't want to cooperate, so you just gotta make it cooperate. Come on. There we go. That's one side done, so let me just do the other side. I'll do it slightly off camera so I can actually tab it in. There we go. And there you go. So this is Ultra Magnus's alt mode, and you can actually stick all three of the guns. There are multiple areas. Me personally, I like to just put them right here and just have them folded down. You can do whatever you want to do. However, for the big gun, the instructions say to just put it right here, but I don't really like that. But you do what you want to do. I always just take this thing and just leave it off. So here we have Ultra Magnus in his alt mode, and this is a very, very large alt mode. It's actually the largest one I have in my collection. So let's get into the details. So as you can see, the front of the truck is here again, but you have these smokestacks now. You have this sort of blue grill. You have some wheels, and you have a lot of great detail here from the legs. The top looks very, very nice. It's great how they compacted all that. The back, yes, it is the robot mode's feet, but hey, it works. Now, if you want to make it armor, if you want to make it weaponized, you can just simply fold these up and tab it and just slide that in, and there you go. Now he's armored up. Now, there is something I forgot to mention, is that you can actually combine all three of these guns. So you want to just put them into this part right here that's right below here. This piece will go into there if you ever decide to combine these. Okay, so just slide them in like that. And there you go. So here we have sort of a triple barrel, if you want to call it that. And then you can just slide that in, and you have a weaponized turret, if you want to call it that. So it's something you can do. If you want to do that, knock yourself out. And overall, this figure, I give it a solid 10 out of 10. It's an amazing Siege figure. One of the best, if not the greatest leader class to come out of Siege. So, if I had any complaints about it, it's that the ratchets in the legs feel a little bit too loose for my liking, but it may be different on your copies, but you do what you want to do. So that's the end of this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and comment down below if you want me to collect more Siege, and if you do, then who should I take a look at next, and I'll see if I can find them. Anyways, enjoy you guys' day, and I'll see you guys later.